Now let's take a look at working with these tiles. Now in different places so far in the course you've seen some of this stuff happen, but I want to talk about it all together in the context of working with the tiles to make sure that you get it and see what all can be done, and to make sure that I've told you the stuff that you need to know. First of all, everything you see right here is called a tile. Now we desperately want to call these icons, okay? And even desktop applications that have been pinned to this start screen are basically turned into tiles. And if you'll notice, when I installed Microsoft Office, Office appeared here, Word 2007, Excel 2007, PowerPoint 2007, and there's the logo, and it is on a tile. And if I click that tile, right, it takes me to the desktop and it opens the application. And so that's kind of cool. I've got a tile there. Some of the tiles are wider than the others, and some of them are live. For example, my Photos tile, notice if I click this and go into the application, you can see what's going on here. When I look at some of my pictures, it's simply scrolling through the pictures that I have here, okay? And it's pulling them from my SkyDrive section, okay? But it's just scrolling through those 3 pictures over and over and over, right? That's a live tile. Then you can see the mail is scrolling through, and it will scroll through and show me my last 5 unread email messages, or my most current 5. And so some of these tiles are live, some are not. Now if I decide that I'm tired of seeing the pictures scroll by, okay, notice I can right click on any tile. It now has a little border around it depending on your customization scheme here, and I can tell it to turn the live tile off. All right, well, let me show you. If I right click on the mail, I don't get that, okay? But if I right click on the photos, I can turn the live tile off and it will stop the scrolling in a few minutes, okay? Well, I didn't turn it off. Okay, there we go. I turned it off, and notice the pictures went away. Now if I right click it again, I can turn the live tile back on and it starts back up again. Some tiles have that, some don't. If you go to different tiles and just right click, you can see I can unpin it from the start menu, meaning it'll take it off of here, or I can uninstall that app, or I can go to all apps. Hang on to all apps, we'll talk about it in just a moment. Some of these tiles, and notice that once I select one, I inadvertently open that one, once I right click it, it's checked. To uncheck it, just right click it again. Notice some, like Internet Explorer, if I right click it, I can unpin from the taskbar, which would be out on the desktop, unpin from the start menu, uninstall, or open a new window. Okay, so you'll just have to look out here and see what's available. Notice on the calendar, if I right click, I can make that tile smaller, and so it takes up less space. If I like that, then that lets me relocate a few things and start to drag some things around, and I can grab music and make it smaller and so forth. But now let's say on the music tile that I right click that and I inadvertently unpin it from the start screen, and I'm like, oh no, wait a minute, I want my music here. What's happening? What am I going to do? Go anywhere in the open blue area, right click, go to all apps, and you will see music right here. Right click on it here and pin to the start. And then if I just come back down and go back to the start menu, I don't see music. Well, it got pushed all the way over to the right. New items always go all the way over to the right. So I'm going to drag it back, drop it back up here near where it was. Actually, I think it was right there. And we're good to go. And I'll just close that down. So there's a lot of things you can do here to customize this desktop, and you can work with these tiles. Just go out there, play with them on each one of these tiles. Notice you can right click, and let me show you one little thing here. For example, let's say on mail, okay? If I right click on mail, I don't really see a whole lot that I can do here, okay? So I'll right click on it again, and I'll right click on that. So if I click on mail here, you'll notice that the app opens up, and now what I can do is come down here and open the charms bar and go to settings, and now I see settings up here for the mail, right? To add accounts and so forth, and to do all kinds of things. Okay, and so keep in mind that settings is where we'll change some of these things, and there are a few things we can do to the tiles. Out here, when we right click, we work on the tiles. Inside the application, we work on the settings of the application with settings. Okay, so anyway, that's just a little quick run through, maybe too much of a run through, on what you can do with these tiles out here on the start screen.